What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Florida State versus Georgia college football matchup going down Saturday, December 30th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between Florida State and Georgia, and it is the Orange Bowl. By name only, I would say. I mean, this is a tough one to really look at. I mean, let's just start with the optics of it, right? You look at Florida State, 13-0 on the year, came in, they're winning the ACC championship. You know, they took down Louisville 16-6, but that was a game that the defense definitely stole the show. The offense was dreadful for Florida State in that game. They ran for 164 yards. They passed for only 55 yards. Third string quarterback Brock Glenn was 8 of 21 in that game. You had to have Lawrence Toafili do the heavy lifting for Florida State in that game. And now, Toafili, one of many Florida State Seminoles that are not going to be appearing in this game. Should we just start naming names? Well, let's take a look. From an injury perspective, obviously Jordan Travis out for the year. Backup quarterback Tate Rodemaker in the transfer portal, so that's why we're left with Brock Glenn. In terms of just straight up opt-outs, starting wide receivers Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson, starting tight end Jaheim Bell, starting running back Trey Benson. That is a big chunk of Florida State's offense. The defensive end Jared Verse, defensive tackle Fabian Lovett. The secondaries hit hard. Akeem Dent, Renardo Green, Jerry Jones, all gone. Like I said, Lawrence Toafili, who was a big part of the reason of why Florida State has much success on the ground in that game against Louisville. He had surgery, so he's not on the depth chart. You have a bunch of guys that are in the transfer portal as well. Maybe guys that hadn't seen as much action as the starters, but it's still it takes away from even the depth of Florida State. Even if a lot of these guys were sort of brought in as highly recruited players, now they're all gone. So now it's a bare bones Florida State team. I hate to say it going into this Orange Bowl matchup. Now, if you look at Georgia, the signs are at least a little bit more positive for Georgia, who did finish the year only with the one loss to Alabama in the SEC championship game. And it was obviously the reason why Georgia did not make the college football playoff. Do I think that they got shafted? A little bit, but it is what it is. That's why I'm not on the committee. But Georgia, outside of that loss to Alabama for a good chunk of the year, they were looking like one of the best teams, if not the best team in college football. And now they're in the Orange Bowl, and look at their list of guys that are not playing. Brock Bowers, he's opted out. Amarius Mims has opted out from the offensive line. There could be other opt-outs. Tate Ratledge on the offensive line, Kamari Lassiter in the secondary. You do have some guys in the transfer portal. Backup quarterback Brock Vandergriff. Receiver / punt returner Mekhi Muse. He's in the portal. But the big thing for me here is that, wide receiver Lab McConkey, he's banged up, but he's going to try to play here. But the majority of Georgia's top end guys are either practicing with the team, even if there's potential that they could opt out here, or they're like starting quarterback Carson Beck, who have confirmed that they're going to start in the bowl and they're going to play for Georgia in the 2024 season. And for me, this just, as much as the transfer portal and all these opt-outs have had an effect on bowl games so far, I just think that Florida State is one of the teams that got hit the hardest. And while Florida State has come out and said, well, if we finish undefeated, we're recognizing ourselves as national champions, a la UCF a few years ago when they sort of did the same thing. It doesn't work like that. And Georgia, I think, is a little bit ticked off that they didn't make the college football playoff. The fact that you have so many guys that were in this, starting roles and saw a ton of action are still coming out and playing in this game, most notably Carson Beck, that tells me that there's a level of motivation in this game for Georgia to come out and play. It was a mass exodus for Florida State. They're going to have some retooling to do, and I just think it's too much for them to overcome in this bowl game. I understand Florida State's got some motivation here to try to keep that undefeated record intact, if nothing else, but for me, it's Georgia or pass in this game. So it's a big number, but I think it's a big number for a reason. Give me Georgia laying the points in this one. That's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.